what's up everyone, I'm Ashley and this is Ashley Talks Movies. Welcome to my channel. So for this video, I'm going to be doing a review of the new film Promising Young Woman, which is directed by Fennell and stars Carey Mulligan as a young woman traumatized by a traumatic event in her past who seeks out vengeance against those who cross her path. So before I get into the full review for this film, while I have you here, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos, and also hit that notification bell so you get notified every time a new video is posted. Okay, so on to the review. Promising Young Woman is easily one of the best films I've seen this year. This film is smart, it's funny, it's thrilling, it's so many things, and it does all of it so well. I was so impressed with this film, like truly. And I went into it not knowing really what to expect and just had a great time with this film. So yeah, Carey Mulligan plays this young woman who had a traumatic event happen in her life. Even though from the beginning of the movie you're not really told what that traumatic event is, but as the film progresses you learn what happened, what significance it has to her, what causes her to do the things that she does. And one of the things that she does is, she places herself in bars and clubs and different places like that, and makes herself vulnerable. And the interactions that she has with the men in these situations is just, it's just really brilliant how this script has it all play out. And there are moments in this movie that make you feel uncomfortable. It's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. But yeah, just such a great job with that. But what's brilliant about this movie is, well, there's a number of things, but the script is so smart. The script is so smart. This film is tackling a very sensitive subject matter. It's tackling something that's still very relevant. It's something that needs to be discussed, that should be discussed more. And so, but it's doing such a great job with how it sort of tells that story and the way it tells that story. And what I really loved about this film is how, as I mentioned before, it is a thriller. And it does such a great job of keeping you on the edge of your seat. For me, this film just did such a great job of subverting expectations. There's so many moments in this film where things are set up and you expect it to go a certain way, and then it doesn't. And kept me guessing, kept me surprised throughout the whole thing, and so I was completely engaged with this film just because of how great this script is. The acting in this movie is good across the board. There's really good cast in this movie. You have Laverne who plays Carey Mulligan's character's boss. Jennifer Coolidge plays Carey Mulligan's character's mother. Burnham's in this movie. Just across the board, all the acting is really good. But I have to say, without a doubt, 100%, best performance in this movie, probably one of the best performances I've seen this year, is Carey Mulligan. Oh my goodness. The range that she has with this role is just astounding. I'm just in awe of her throughout the entire movie. She's able to just convey so many emotions in this movie with this character. And her delivery of these lines and in certain situations is just amazing. I honestly don't know why more people aren't talking about her performance, because it's just so fantastic. The production design in this movie also impressed me. I think part of it is because, as I said before, this film is tackling some very sensitive subject matter, and it's doing so in a very interesting and different way. But because of how, I guess, dark the subject matter is, the film, the way the film looks, is almost in contrast of that. So, and for a thriller with this kind of subject matter, most films would be very dark in not only just tone, but also how they look, right? Like dark scenes, lots of darker colors. But this film, everything is bright. There's a lot of bright colors, the shots are bright, there's lots of bright pink and blue and just, lots of light. And I liked how that was, you know, in contrast to the subject matter, because everything looks so like happy and pretty, but underneath there's this really, you know, serious, you know, subject that's being discussed here. The soundtrack in this movie is amazing. And honestly, I was so surprised by how some of these songs that I've heard of, but would have never have thought to use them in scenes like that, like it's used in this movie, how well they work for those scenes. I mean, truly, like it was just really, really a great job across the board, just with choosing these songs and like putting them with these scenes and how well they work together. It was just really great. So the one thing I will say about this movie that gave me pause initially was the ending. And I think part of it was because like my initial gut reaction to watching the ending was that I hated it. Like really, 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 really did not like it. And I was like seething as I was watching it. But, you know, after the film was over and I was thinking about it and how, processing it, how I felt about the ending, and also kind of putting in the frame of the entire movie, I eventually settled on being okay with the ending. And I came to the conclusion that I kind of understood what the message was and why that ending was the way it is. I'm not going to say what the ending is because I don't do spoilers and I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But yeah, like and I feel like most people are going to be divided on the ending. There will be people who love it and there will be people who don't love it. And I'm probably not really in either of those camps. I'm just kind of like, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with the ending. But I think most people will be divided on the ending. But other than that, I mean, this is a really great film, and it's probably one of the best films I've seen this year. I mean, it does such a great job of being, you know, a thriller. There's some humor sprinkled in to this movie, surprisingly, because I wasn't expecting a lot of humor with this movie, but there is quite some humor, like quite a bit of humor in this movie, and it works for the most part. But yeah, it does such a great job with the topic, with the subject, and this film feels so fresh and different. Like when I was watching it, I kept trying to think, like, does this film remind me of any other film? And it came up blank, because I was just like, it just feels different and new. And like I said, Carey Mulligan is fantastic in it, like amazing. Just amazing. So those are my thoughts on Promising Young Woman. When you get a chance to watch the film, let me know what you think. Come back, share your thoughts in the comment section below. While you're here, like this video, hit that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe so you see more videos like this.